All right, I everything is. Let's see. Okay. See. Sure. It seems to be in order. So before we start with today's lecture, I'll just say that I'm not the best when it comes to make. I can, I can make capturing. Should be capturing, right? All right, it's I should be capturing. Yes, but yeah, I'll just say I'm not the best in making PowerPoint. So forgive me if the PowerPoint presenting right now is a bit blurry, a bit big, as it has a lot of stuff that are quite unexplained. Like I'm hopping facts to facts. That's because I'm quite poor at PowerPoint, despite my efforts. I will try my best to clear things out if there's regarding to the contents the PowerPoint about what I'm explaining at any given time. So okay, I think we should start now. Okay, hold on. I'm still answering someone's message here. I can't because I do have to concentrate in um talking with them basically. So yeah, basically, welcome to the stream. I guess I should speak in first. Yeah. So hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Pontificate Art Talk and welcome to the stream. Today is a special stream, kind of special non-gaming stream. It's another East Asian History Sunday stream. I haven't done in a month. Forgive me. I wanted to continue doing this ever since. And it's just that a lot come and go, and eventually the thought of PowerPoint just for streams farther and farther from my. I had to put that on the back burner until when I finally remember what I'm actually aiming for in terms of VTubing or PNG2 in this case. So here we are in the second station. Now considering that currently I'm in a better spot than I usually do than I usually am. I think it's good. I think I have decided that next week there will be another one of Southeast Asian history. I want to try to make it. Yeah, I want to try to see if I can in um weeks of trying to explain about history to outside basically. All right, so yeah, so today as I announced on Twitter, um the focus regarding the development of the regency on my pop is fucking up again. But I should not have kept the PC. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I should not have kept up the open in open mode. That's with that. Yeah, welcome to another second of Sunday Southeast Asian. Yeah, Southeast Asian History Sunday. I was aiming for an alliterative name, but I had it history in the middle, so SHS. Shall we? I'm gonna type actually. Also, my tab is which I do not enjoy at all. There we go. All right, now it's I'm I'm getting off all the place. All right, this is a blocking attachment. All right, hold. So yeah, welcome to the SH. Right, this SHS. God damn it. HSS, the Southeast Asian History. And today's topic will train development Pyongan region. Now, basically, about how the train networks of Java came, as indicated by this, it was primarily built, well, no, not primarily, almost entirely built during the era, basically. Many of the current train networks in Indonesia, train lines, are actually left over the Dutch era railway because they were already placed in strategic location and connected cities across Java, so there's basically little reason to build or make new lines unless it was intercity commuter line. Or there was a project by the national government to make high speed rails between Jakarta and Bandung. It opened has been operating for a year now. But yeah, railway net in Java, particularly in Indonesia, are all left over Dutch period. And today, specifically on the Pyongan Regency railway, and the Pyongan region is also as West Java, province of West Java. There we go, which is where I was. I am actually Java now. I am Danese, which is native to West Java. So I can speak in case people forgot what my ethnicity is. I'm quite proud as a Danese, even though my actual Danese skill is poor because I haven't spoken at length Danese in a very long time. Maybe if I move back to Bandung, then I would aim to develop some of my Sundanese skills, but now I'm not capable. So yeah, that's just art. So I wanna show you timeline our mini lecture today. I'm very hesitant to say that this is a lecture actually. Yeah, simply because I'm history teacher and I am not a historian. So basically my trade is explain history as best as I possibly can to mass. Unfortunately, I'm very hesitant myself a lecturer because I am not at that level yet. But for the sake of simplicity, I guess I will call a lecture. But just consider this as a stream, basically, of just chatting only in history or in specifically Javanese West Java, basically. So as you can see in the timeline, start by discussing the background, the railway construction, why they were laid down, how they were laid down, by who were they laid down. We know it was by the Dutch. Which Dutch built the railways. And then the geography. Basically, reason why I geography of Pyongan after the background because the way Pyongan or West Java, the way it was basically geologically was a big reason as to why the Dutch decided to construct railways the way they did. And then after that, we can start of the railway construction, be brief, and then we will look, well, not quite extensively to the train lines of Pyongan, which connected the major cities of West Java, and we might even some mentions of railway lines that connected Java with other regions of Java, such as Central Java and East Java, because there was actually a line train between the city of Bandung in West Java, in Java. Actually spot rhyme song about trains, about trains that were Bandung and Surabaya. Unfortunately, that kind of direct line doesn't exist anymore. There is actually a direct line from Surabaya because there's a lot of detour, and I believe they had to transit several times in different cities, Surabaya. But there is a plan in the high-speed train between Jakarta and Bandung. Surabaya. Now, there's a lot of complications for this plan, unfortunately, and it's just a plan that the government is considering, or they are strongly gearing to do so if it's possible, but it's just a pipe dream. But yeah, train lines of Priangan, and then we will down to the decay of the train line. Why the train line disintegrated and why it was ultimately replaced by road net instead of railway net. So yeah, let's just go into the background of the railway. Here we go. So as you can see, we are currently series of trains Indies. So the first train in the Dutch Indies was demonstrated to the masses year 8-7. Now, the reason why it was relative, I know Europe already started adopting trains early 1850s. In fact, 1857 is actually die of the Franco-Prussian War, in which extensive railway lines in both Germany and France played a critical role. Germany managing to win against France in such a record time is that because the Kingdom of Netherlands was actually quite skeptical of the value of railway lines in Indonesia, or the Dutch in this case, but they were ultimately persuaded to adopt railway lines in their colony because of the necessity to transport vast amounts of plantation produce for their trades. As you see, basically during this time, the Dutch relies on vast plantations in the highlands of Java and Java. There were a lot of plantations that grew plants such as coffee, tea, basically are trade. Now, of course, trade goods needed to be transported to harbors, cities, in be profitable at all. And to achieve this, Dutch used the existing network in Java, particularly the Anyar Panarukan, just a 1,000-kilometer long route stretching from West Java to Eastern Java. Now, the problem is, even though it's quite extensive, but it was basically a direct line between three different halves of Java, well, it's still only its land vehicle, and unfortunately, the only land vehicle available before the advent of trains were wagons, paddles, and unfortunately, paddles transport on a plantation goods plus this hiring for them, and so there were many cattle such as bulls, cows who died while they were trying to transport plantation goods to plantation harbors, and what this incredibly high attrition rate is also founded by the incredible rate of banditry, the Anyar Panarukan. Because even though they were guarded, even though the was guarded, it's still an extra patch of sometimes go dense forest that it cuts through. So there were opportunities for bandits and highwaymen steal a lot of plantation produce, and the manufacturers actually significantly felt by the Dutch colonial government. So it was petitioned that the colonies start building railway lines first in Java and then, if successful, in other colonies in other islands. Now, after some deliberation, hold on, I got a drink. I got a drink. it it's hot in here. It's incredible. Currently, it's 30, still over 30 degrees at 8 p.m. and I'm sweating bullets. I need to shower. Right. Yeah. After deliberate, the Kingdom of Net laid down first railway line in the Duchy, which was to be in Central Java. Basically, it's this. The railway line built by the Nederland Indische Spoorwegmaatschappij, or NES, or NISM. Now, so this railway line connected basically some city of Samarang, which is to another city. I forgot what the name is. Samarang, and like this, I believe a 25-kilometer line between Samarang and destination, and it was built by the NESM, which was at the time a private company. Now, at first, the Nice railway line was actually not profitable, and Nice incurred a lot of losses trying to keep the railway. However, after a while, the dividends began to pay off for Nissan because trains were actually in high demand, transporting goods, also transporting and passengers. So managed to get a lot of profits from the operations, and after that there were multiple other private companies that sprang up in the Dutch East Indies, all with the goal, actually, all with the goal of building for the railway line. However, ultimately, the biggest player and the biggest player in creating the Javanese railway network actually Staatspoor, which is the state train company. This company is by the Dutch government itself. And funny, for the first years, Stats actually for a very long time, for several decades even, Staatspoorwegen and all the other train companies actually with each other for the right of laying down tracks, Java, and other places. There were actually some conflicts between the two, which I believe 1920s, 1930s, and ultimately, I believe this subsumed by the Staatspoor. Now we come down to primary options, as I've mentioned. So traditional cattle carts work not with transportation demands, especially when plantations in Java became bigger and bigger as years go by. It was not sufficient to put to simply transport plantation with oxen because they get exhausted by the sheer weight and this they had to go. And another reason I did not mention was that free road penetrated into parts of Java. So basically, the Anyar Panarukan road was named, and immediately it stuck in a specific route to northern Java. It did not southern parts of Java, which leave those regions which are very lush and very ideal locations untouched by the road network. So this necessitates more transport networks for those regions, but as mentioned above, it cannot be simply road because, but by that point, combustion engines were not there yet. So only laying down railway, and there's also the ever increasing economic activity which I've mentioned, or as part of the expansion of plantations to the 19th and 20th century. Basically, Dutch plantations never really stopped till roughly 30s when the Great Depression hit. Before that, it was incredibly bustling, and there were a lot of small barons, plantation barons, all natives and Dutch. But yeah, that's basically primary reasons behind adoption and why it's appeared railways to appear in Dutch. Now we can enter the geography of Priangan basically. Now Priangan, as I've mentioned, is with Java, and if you map your now you can see that it is incredibly mountainous, incredibly mountainous and full of. So in this old map, it Priangan, yeah, the Priangan region doesn't actually encompass Java. As you can see in the upper right, there's Cirebon region, and in the top, yeah, in the top part, the green part is actually part of Batavia. Um, basically, that region doesn't fall under Priangan Java under the jurisdiction of Batavia itself. So basically, it's national land. And then on the left side there, it into the frame, Banten. Banten was well separated from Java. That is true. Then now Banten has been separated from Java during the 2000, I believe. I believe it 2000 or 2001 that the province of split off Java. But yeah, so basically primary reason for the adoption of railway is because since the road, since Priangan was entirely of highlands and there were a lot of stratovolcanoes as well, so road very different made region, and it's also difficult as mentioned the transportation yeah the inadequate transportation mode plays a part in the decision to prioritize railways is pulled by a far more engine than anything can traverse time. It was decided that state and combustion engine is much more ideal to traverse the harsh terrain was Java. Now here's another map of Java. Zoom in. You can see that's Bandung, Bale Endah, and then there's Bog. Back then, was called. This where the governor general of the Dutch Indies dwelt, and as you can see, there were a lot of mountain, a lot in the southern part, and see the road network there. So this highway, this highway, this highway network here, based old. And this network here was based on the old Anyar Panarukan in the late. But yeah, this is based on the Anyar Panarukan, and as you can see, none of the major roads south. The further south it is Priang, just below Bandung, but down here there were none. Jampangkul, Cikajang, Gikaso, the extremely. This is just how there. Just how soon their places, okay? But yeah, parts of Java was very much developed, and that's still even today because the highway, there's still major highway going south because settlements there are very much very small and very isolated. There's incentive for the national government to connect any of these, and but railways are quick because railways can travel terrains like this easier, especially since plantations back then were situated on hills and highlands. Trains penetrate terrains just to get at the plantations, and then they transport the produce back to either Bandung, Bogor, Batavia, now it's Jakarta. Fuels can be salt export request. That way, a lot more efficient than, and it's still more efficient with the advent of combustion engine because adoption of combustion engines surprisingly quite late, such as the railway remained the primary transportation line for a very bunch of decades. Anyway, so that's regarding the the region of Yangan, the features and geography of Yangan. Now we can go train line construction. So we delve into the railway constructed by Nissan right here. Constructed by constructed in 1867 by the private company, and the line connected the city of Samarang to the town of Tanggung. There we go. The town is called Tanggung. Now, as I've said before, the construction had some difficulty way, and a lot of investors were but the potential profit of the so-called railway line, and so a lot of their money on the project, leaving them riddled with issues and delaying the construction until they can convince investors that the construction was indeed profitable. And as I've said, before, the line proved extremely profitable. Um, Extremely profitable the Dutch East Indies, and it was followed by other private railway lines, also by the state itself, by the Stadspoor. Now here is the railway line between Semarang and Tang, and shown here is the old station, station of Tanggung. Now is no longer operational, unfortunately, because the railway line itself is not operational. So the station was train house. This is a train, and it's basically a historic site, although because the original government that much interest in actually maintaining the conditions, maintaining top shape condition for these priceless historical places, basically, unfortunately. Now, as I've said before, fine, railway line and later on. You can see the railway line was greatly expanded by Dutch East Indies government. Basically, Stadspoorwegen was founded in order to manage railway construction government because they don't to get left behind by private companies in terms of laying down tracks. And that said, initially it only aimed to serve goods transport, plantations, back, but eventually a very bustling passenger business appeared around railway lines. Basically, yeah, it appeared railway lines. So this period where railway were the main method of transportation through Java is still well remembered today in songs like the one I've mentioned at the start of the start of the stream, and there's also train imageries, a lot of train images, a lot of railway tracks that became burned in time, basically, because stories of getting on train kept getting told children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, grandparents, parents, until it became folk memory. Basically, I mean, I've been some story riding era trains, but grandfather and grandmother actually very end near the very end of in Indonesia, but both of them had parents, basically my great grandparents, that that went on trains and their expansion Java. And that expansion was so significant that by the 20th century, Java's actually connected already by railway line. Even cities as far away from each other as Maya and Bandung. Put it into perspective, Maya of Bandung there by car it take roughly maybe 16 hours, maybe 16 hours, but by train be far more than a day, even a day and a half if you go with Maya, but it can be about 8 to 10 hours. So it's actually a significant, um, very significant time saving. And there were colonial times there were special cars. Basically, yeah, I believe cars, special cars specifically designed for long-term distance. They were rich, opulent, and they came with very very what is it again? Keep forgetting the word. Very comfortable, such as bed. Oh yeah, there were a lot. I mean, I know there's modern trains now. The Dutch train for the on is something else. I wish I could show them there, but I get the full time. Unfortunately, you just have to imagine them. Actually, wait. Uh, I believe I can find some picture of them. Think. Let's see. Luxury trains. Ah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, I managed to find some images of the railway train. Yeah, it's extreme. Actually, wait, shit. I cannot show this because these are actually the property of the company. I cannot show him shit. But anyways, oh wait, no, I can show it. Hold on, I need to download. I need to download the picture first. God. But yeah, yeah, I'll show. But yeah, basically, are extremely opulent trains, and I believe not even native nobilities or royalty, upper class can get into first class trains because I believe are reserved for either or the very high of natives. Obviously, a very rare qualifications during the Dutch East era, and certainly it my great grandparents who are despite locally important people, they're actually not not at the top of the not at the top of again, at the top ladder. After all, they were very extension of middle management. They're a middle management, even though technically it's um a very up and a very respectable middle management. Basically, they have the title of Chamat, and Chamat was given as a sort of badge of office natives who a lot of land and a lot of people, and thus they can all trade good, and in return, Dutch will title of Chamat, which makes them very important officials in their community. But yeah, one of my grandparents was a Chamat, and even though technically just a mission, it's basically like getting adopted into the nobility. Ugh. But yeah, that's the guess about the expansion of railway lines in Indonesia in the Dutch East period. Now we can see how train lines in Priangan, West Java look like. As you can see here, hold on, I need to. Yes, I feel like there's something. Right, nothing. Nothing is wrong. You can see here, sorry for unclear map, but this is the best that I got. So this map of younger above here is Batavia, and to the right here, Cirebon, Calongan, Banyumas, which has closer Central Java, and thus under the jurisdiction of the Forced London Princely lands. Basically, the lands are the old Javanese Yogyakarta, Artap, Paman, and Mangkunegaran, and together they're called Princely lands and some special rights compared to other regions. Now, we will focus on the Priangar region shopping here, right here, right here. In case this doesn't fuck. Why is the pen not? There you go. Yeah, right here. I think it's like this. Roughly be like this. This encompassed the Priangar region shopping, and there were a lot of railway lines here. But I will say on actually no, I will mention major lines of the Priangan Railway right here. So there were two types of lines for Priangan Railway. There were the main lines and the sub lines. See, the main lines here are composed of Tensor, Bandung, Cicalengka, and there's Cicalengka, Garut. So there's Warung Bandrek and Cilacap, and then there's Karawang, Padalarang. These are the main lines, and the subordinate lines are Tasikmalaya to Singaparna, then Banjar, Kalipucang, Cijulang, and then Bandung, Banjaran, Ciwidey, and Citerup, Raya. Finally, Rancaikek, Sumedang. So the third one was actually connected, and that's why they're bunched up as a single position, basically. Now you might ask, what is the main lines and lines? Well, that's easy question to answer. So the main line, basically, they went to major city and ran west on the region of Java. Basically, they're the artery. They're basically the artery that connects the major city, and the fastest way to one station. So the subordinate lines, they branch off cities, and they towns, and basically they branch into the more isolated communities, plantations, and they end up inside stations. They usually end up directly delicting plantation, and then when they arrive at the plantations, all the produce get hauled to the storage cars, at which the train go back the way it came. Cities, it can transport goods to the main and into whatever space. So tiring. Yeah. I'm planning for this lecture to last a very long time. Basically, I don't really want, since the topic here is actually quite narrow. It only talk railway lines of Java in particular. I would expect that this lecture will last for maybe a bit more hours. So yeah, it will be because I'm not quite sure about what topics I pick. So I ended up picking with a fairly niche topics, which is basically this regarding the railway construction, and specifically in West Java. I will make that that even for that long, it nice understandable. But yeah, these are the types of railway lines in the Priang, and then there's also other regions, just the London and in Batavia. Although there's subordinate lines in Batavia. And yeah, the main lines are the artery and the lines are the veins. Basically, they're the ones that actually transport plantation into major cities. But when you them between these and into harbors, for example, then you go line because subordinate lines all converge in main lines. And now enter into a brief view, basically, of the Priangan railway lines. So, main line in Priangan construction in 1878, and the first station opened in 1924, and that Bandung station, which is still in operation today, is still operate lines from Bandung to Jakarta to Java to other places in Bandung, basically. And other than Bandung station, some subordinate lines also still around service. But some of the older, so Bandung still connected by that rail line to some of its satellite cities, such as Cicalengka. And as you can see, Cicalengka is here. There was a single line connecting Bidensor, Pavia, Bandung, and Cicalengka, and the Cicalengka line is here, still around to this day and still in operation. And the priority of the line was carry Prianga's plantation to Batavia for export purposes. And the funny, I've mentioned SS per time, and by that I mean a couple they competed against each other for conducting lines in Java when it comes to transporting plantation goods until finally 1920s Vietnam relented and allowed Salzburg state railway dominate, manage the operation lines in Java. I'm not quite sure if this, although I'm sure conflicts like this is common in other regions of. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how they were resolved. My sources are basically focused on West Java. And here we have a map of the Bandung Tenzok Cicalengka railway. So as you can see, start in both. And it's south, there's Chibadak right here. And then it goes to Sukabumi. Sukabumi is a major city, by the way. Sukabumi. Joe laser goes to Sukabumi right here. And then it goes to Anjur. And then towards Bandung. This is already a very special way, basically. Although for the part they still there to the old road. The way line still follows the Anyar Panarukan main road because Bogor, Bidensor, south, and then goes to Bandung, and then onwards to Cicalengka. Yeah, Cicalengka is to the east, Bandung, and this line still on, and it doesn't even. I've been railway before, and it doesn't really take that long. Actually, quite short. Less than less than an hour of travel based on Cicalengka. It's great. But yeah, this is the main line, and this is a secondary line right here. This is the Wayung Bandueng, Banja. This is I forgot the line. The line's name. What is it? Okay. it's Banjar. No, it's Wayung Bandrek Cilacap. Yeah. So yeah, Cilacap is a port here. It's a port. It's actually in Java, but there was a line going Cilacap directly to Bandrek. Is all the way west there. Um that's actually just east of Bandung. Yeah, because the Tasikmalaya here. Tasikmalaya is the east of Bandung. So here the middle of Java basically goes to Acap. Java and Acap was very important Dutch era because huge that faced southern Indian Ocean. Compared to the common facing the Java Sea, the southern side of Java was relatively underdeveloped, like a lot because the ancient Javanese people doesn't really like the sea level side of Java and side. So Cilacap was special constructed and expanded specifically to southern routes basically, and the railway line from to Cilacap was built precisely that producers can go from the south side of Western Java, Priangan Regency, Cilacap, which was the largest port in the region. I believe that's Pelabuhan Batu, the prom, and so Cilacap was the big. And fun fact, that island at Cilacap is this Nusa Kambang Island right here. So this island is actually, yeah, it's actually an island for Indonesia. So if your times were especially highness, you actually get sent to an island here. And what I've heard, it actually quite funny that it's placed right besides Cilacap. Cilacap, the busiest port. But I don't know. Certainly one of the largest Central Java, basically outside. But I'm not aware of any other scale on the southern side of Java. I only know Cilacap was undeniably very important, basically in terms of transportation. So that's the Wayung Bandrek. Wayung Bandrek line is a very long line, but it cuts through a lot of mountains. It cuts through a lot of forest, but it faster. And then we have here the railway line of Cicalengka. So this should be, actually no, it's a main line. Yeah, it's a main line. Show you. Here is the railway line. Here, right here, and this line of Karawang Padalarang right here. So Padalarang is still a city. It's still a town. Karawang, by comparison, one of the centers of industry in Asia, or at least in Java, while Karawang is still a relatively major, minor. I never been to Padalarang. I have only been through Padalarang, basically right beside on the Bandung. But with Cicalengka Garut. So the line, as you saw before, there was a line between Sofia, Bandung, and Cicalengka. Cicalengka, the line continued. It was constructed between 1887 and 1889, so basically it was a direct continuation of the Bandung line, which was made in, and it was connected directly to the station. So from Cicalengka, it went south Agrek, Lapakjo, Louis Bo, Tameng, Jurea, Chimura, and Fan Garut. So as you can see, it passed side of mountain. It passed through Tur and Mon Pandalawangi and Nganjuk and Sadakling as well. And you can see this is why it have a high island areas like this quite easily. It did this finished in only 2 years. So it took 2 years to connect Shalenka with Garut, and that is actually quite a notable feat, basically, in my opinion. And that's why I'm really lines because it enables cities as far as Chichalengka and Garut to connect with each other with because even though there's a straight line between Chichalenka and Garut, problem is you can see there's Mount Panalaw between the two. There you go. So this, yes, technically could go like this, but area is very, very, very chaotic and difficult. So the road bending like this, so this has two even for trains basically. The next, we should go back to the next railway line, which is right here. This is the Karawang and Padalarang. So the Karawang line, basically this is the left. This is separate. This is separate from the previous line, the Buitenzorg line we seen here. Yes, right here. Oh, sorry. Right here. So this line actually south. This line actually, and while the other line goes, actually the line goes, roughly speaking, it goes Padalarang, up here, basically, right here, and this is actually the basis modern, for the modern Jakarta Bandung highway. Highway go up there rather than going through this region. I'm sure the old railway system is still in use right now. This system basically, but the other I'm not quite sure actually if this railway line is used because as I remember it, the railway now will go and south Kabumi. Let me check again to this map. Yeah, see? So Padalarang, so the other Padalarang as well, but here. While this one south up. So there were two railway lines here with a easier construction. And as you can see, this railway line connects Karawang rather than Sukabumi and Padalarang, and basically this connects to the eastern parts of Batavia. Yeah, this part of Batavia right to this, and the highway roughly follows this road. So if you take a highway, modern current highway to Bandung from Jakarta, you go to Karawang, you exit Jakarta in Karawang, just travel, and then you switch at rather than going here, go here onward, and simply continue this route until you go into Padalarang. You reach Bandung right beside Padalarang. Right? So that's the and I believe in train route in Bandung there's to this well rather than Kabumi, but I could be. But yeah, that's the Karawang Padalarang Bandung. Next up, you can see here a subordinate line basically. So this one is, I believe, the a no way that it's Tasik, Cibanjaran, Hideng, Cigolitang. I'm actually not quite sure what line this is. I completely forgot. Chipedes. Yeah, but this is the railway. Tasik Tasik Malaya. I think yeah, it's Tasik Malaya Singapore. But this is a subordinate line. Tasik Malaya isn't particularly major city even now, but it is a city. But as you can see, unlike the main line, this line goes it goes punching basically. Yeah, here it goes to the left and there are no right here. And I believe Singaparna. Yeah, this is Singaparna. So instead of here, and I believe the railway go Amis, Central Java, this right here, and there will be a lot. There will be a lot of plantations here, all the railway line, and lines serve to transport all the produce these regions back to Tasikmalaya, and Tasikmalaya it could be transported to other regions. Yeah, somebody not get constructed in the 20th century, and if memory serves, this line was built. There were a lot of drives basically to massively expand the existing railway line, basically. But yeah, this is a fairly minor line. There's still more came from, and here's two. There's Bandung, Banjaran Ciwidey, and Herb Mandalaya, which are alternate lines. So Bandung there, upright here, and the line here south, south, Banjaran right, and then to finally to Ciwidey. So Ciwidey even today is still very famous. Its extensive plantations. You can see coffee and strawberry plantations there in Ciwidey even today, and Ciwidey strawberry is still a very famous produce even today in Bandung. And you can imagine that back then, during the colonial period, Ciwidey highly important as it was one of the area in Java basically. And without because Ciwidey lies just just beside the extreme volcanic Patuha has been inactive a significant amount of time. Hasn't been erupting for a long time, but the mineral and ashes uh, resulted in extremely rich mineral soil on this area. So it was very profitable for the government, and these lines were built between 10s and 20s. Here, one built in 1964, the other one in 1921. So they were temporary. Now, see here, yeah, we see here. So this line, line branches up the main line, basically. You can see here. And I'm not sure if this line is still active today. Actually, I'm very much not if there's still a train line Bandung, Banjaran to Soreang to I've been to Soreang. I've been to Soreang, yeah, but Ciwidey itself, as far as I can remember, I've been to Banjar this time ago, and I've really forgotten about Banjar. But yeah, it's today. Today it's still a a fairly isolated place. And if you mention Banjar, basically it's a lot of villages, rather than cities. Still rural. Yeah. And the next line over here is Bandung Citerup Malaya. Now Citerup is in the same route as the Chiwide, but instead it goes the right. Basically, it diverges here. Yeah, diverges here in Chitaru. So the line here and then Chitarup, and then it eastward toward Majalaya. Majalaya is just as isolated, if not so isolated, than Banjar, basically. So yeah, connecting Majalaya is connecting an extremely rural area to the main um to the main basically, because you can transit in Europe to the main line if you're a person living in Majalaya. And to the north there's actually another line that goes to Tiara Chon Panchayat, which was part of the previous line. They have see the plate right here. Yeah, there we go. It's Bandung to, so it's connected in speaking a single network basically. Right here, Panchayat. Now that's basically all the subordinate. Well, there's still one more line mentioning here, and that is right there. Ah, map. The map of Sipangan Ranchayake constructed in 1917 to 1921. So as you can see here, there's a diversion towards Ranchayake. And Ranchayake, the line diverges even further towards Sudang, Jatinangor, and then Chitali and to Sudang between 1917 and 1921. However, exactly this line was complete. So I believe before the plans were realized, next Sumedang with Ranchayake with railway, unfortunately the Great Depression hits and suddenly finds itself short of money. And so it decided to shelve this plan, and they just railway line, railway going to Sumedang at all. Fortunately, there's no trace of it, and all transport down is basically done through roads. Part of the Anya Panarukan road, actually. Although there's also a new highway that Bandung, I believe, basically cuts like this. Alright, let's label this highway. They basically cut like this, which saves a lot of time. Last time I went to Padang, the travel time was somewhere in the vicinity of 5 hours, which honestly is quite significant. That usually it takes 7 hours to go to Sumat, but I managed to do it in 5 using the new. Yeah, that is actually quite a welcome change from government. I would have preferred trains directly from Jakarta. Fortunately, they prioritize expensive. Its focus is basically to maintain existing well. Now, unfortunately, things have end, and of railways in the state after the Indies fell to the Japanese. Basically, um, the Japanese occupation administration dismantled a lot by doing a lot of railways. In order to be themselves, I believe a lot of them were transported to places such as Manchuria, where they needed a lot of railway lines, and a lot of them were presumably lost at sea when convoys, such as attacked by American submarine force. And unfortunately, the very poor condition. That was a very poor, and Indonesia achieved its independence. And during this point, the independence government interest in wasn't too interested in actually providing maintenance or expanding, fixing lines because they had other priorities. Chiefly, they were broke, and they were so they opted instead to use the existing railway. Yeah, not railway. The existing that was the done road, and even after independence war period, the Indonesian still elected instead create highways rather than railways. So railways of GCEs were left to, and eventually management of rotting and abandoned railway lines were given the DKA or Jawatan Kereta Api, basically their the national train company, and the DKA ultimately then transformed itself into Thai. Kereta is basically the Indonesian, its equivalent to Inc. Limited, and it actually the company actually Peron Terbatas. It and it transformed into PT Kai. Kai is short for Kereta Api or Indonesian Railway, Indonesian trains. Technically it should Indonesian steam train because Kereta Api actually a specific model of train which was steam and trains, not the modern electric train. But unfortunately, the name kind of stuck, so Api is. But yeah, Kai manages most of Indonesia a line, and even though I has made some and open, yeah, it has Dutch era lines. It will never have the plantation era lines. It's expensive to do so. And I believe many routes, um, many of the routes and now goes to dense dense human settlements. Yeah, so even if they want to expand rail lines, it will take a very long amount of time to convince people to move away so they can up their rail. So right now, that start making a lot of highways for cars since immediately post independence there were a boom demand cars cars and trucks and whatnot, and if they car is still one of the methods of transportation throughout Java. So trains are very commonly, especially for people actually going for exceeding, such as going to their hometown in Central Java, which is very far, quite far, even car. And there's also the option of hyperspeed railway, high speed railway, which is just built between Bandung and Jakarta. It's a high speed rail where to go to Bandung it takes about half an hour. So extremely quick, but some people think this new profitable, which unfortunately is by by some evidence that it is not profitable and not really sustainable because the overhead cost and the maintenance cost is far too big than demand, far bigger than the actual demand for the high-speed network existing between Jakarta and Bandung. But yeah, the main takeaway here, unfortunately, railway reached their zenith, apex during the era of, and in the independence period, there was not a lot of usage for railway lines basically until only recently. Between the 19 and the 90,000 basically. Government rather prefer new highways accommodate the increasing popularity of cars and trains. Now, intercity trains are still relatively rare, and care that put more intercity trains such as Jakarta, where there's an extensive line of trains basically around Jakarta and connecting Jakarta with its satellite cities that people use work every single day basically. I've been there before. I've been commuting. So basically, the line is called Commuter Line, and it's built based off Japan's own commuter line. If you've seen Tokyo, it would be quite familiar. And yeah, that's basically the best railway line in Asia at the moment. If I recall, There's plans as well for other islands to expand and make new line, but that still hasn't been done. But yeah, that's basically it for the history and the development of railway lines in Java. Now, you may ask, of course, I'm using for this relatively short lecture at an hour. Actually only an hour and 14 minutes, but yeah, this is gonna be a short lecture. I have no intention um turning this into a lecture because I admit trains isn't my specialty as well, and my goal here is to summarize the information I received from many books. Now, speaking of books, here as I use. So first off, I'm using Agus Mulyon. Sejarah Api Tiga Kereta Jangan. So history of railway lines in Jangan, and then regarding bits about the beginning of Indonesia, I the book Dari Buku Tempo dan Pos Angels by KPG and Popular Media recommended that you watch all the series. And it's a very engaging series. There's also the 19th century economic infrastructure Naruto, and finally the phase of Bandung in the Bandung in the colonial era by Hayato Kubo, which was a very classic. Basically describes Bandung, the phase of Bandung was during the era, and I use that book because it does touch in some parts regarding impact of trains stations in Bandung. So I got to put it here. I also I should test right here. Right here. Sejarah Kota Bandung. History of City by Anna. There we go. Yeah, these 5 books are my most in compiling this basically. And that's it actually. That's all materials I've summarized regarding production of railway and its rise in Western Java specifically. Now it could be long if I like to but railway lines in other parts of Java. I do not have the book, and I'm quite afraid that I will inadvertently spread some exception if I talk that without having the right primary source. But yeah, this is the end lecture basically. Oof. End of slideshow. And yeah, I'm gonna take the annotation. Okay. Whew. God. But yeah, there is an hour long. I forgot how long my previous lecture was. I believe. Yeah, I believe the previous speaking 2 hours long. Check actually. been a while. Been a while. I tend to. Yeah, it's about hour 35 minutes. On a fairly on the short side of things, but I'm satisfied. And hopefully, this theme lecture lecture a very concise explanation, or basically it's more like a retelling, isn't it? A retelling, yeah, regarding development trains in Western Java, how they decided to implement a network, what kind of network built in Indonesia or in West Java, and finally why it decayed and why modern Indonesia right now seems to have more highways rather than trains, where it's because they don't have any money. There are more pressing matters to attend to than trying to restore a network of trains, and ultimately because the advent of cars makes it so that building highways to accommodate cars was more appealing option rather than building a railway network. So I believe there was a very big lack, a very big railway cars as well, railway engines, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them were taken their hand for their work. So yeah, a lot of those factors ensured that the train network of Java will again weak during the period. Yeah, that's basically the takeaway from the lecture, and I believe it is time to finish off lecture now. I actually stick around too, but I don't really I don't really think I should extend anymore. But I think it's necessary. I mean, if it's in if it's a casual just chatting, I will stick around. This I think I will just limit to rough length material that I brought. But yeah, I'm today. I am Partop. Thank you so much for coming to today's Southeast Asian History Sunday. Next week there will be another, and I'm still looking right top before that on that next week. I'm trying to look a more juicy one, fun one, basically than just trains. I mean, trains is it was the life block. It was the life block of Dutch economy, but that can talk about that is probably a bit more exciting than Asia, right? Especially regarding the colonial era. Yeah, that's the lecture. You tomorrow. Tomorrow I will stream strategy game as usual. I think I will play Crusader Kings 3. Yeah, Kings 3. It's been a while since I checked that out. It will, and I'm playing the Lord of the Rings mod again, I think. Although not as an elf, but I think it will be my place like a dwarf, basically. Yeah, that's it. I plan tomorrow. And I will end this now. Goodbye, everybody. Take care, and yeah.